Night of the Living podcast is always ad-free for patrons at patreon.com/NOTLP.
Welcome to Night of the Living podcast. I'm Freddie Morris. I'm here with my favorite people in the world, Amy Morris.
Hey.
And Andy Hung.
I didn't consent you to give my last name.
Oh, no. We're just going to call him Andy Five Fingers.
Trust me, in the last 20 years, we've said it.
So
I know, but
we are being fully
you
named.
got to protect yourself nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Deep fakes.
So security number is?
We're doing psychological horror for this series, which is a term that, here's the thing. I get ideas from people or something comes up in a conversation and I'll throw it in the hat and then I'll forget what it means. And that was kind of when we first started this, I was like, what the hell does psychological horror really mean? Because you guys didn't know either, really, right?
I mean, I got a vibe.
Yeah.
I
have an idea,
yeah.
like Poe-ish stuff.
Yeah.
That's psychological, like Telltale Heart, like The Raven. I feel like that's psychological horror.
I think you're right. And
Madness.
I think madness is always maybe part of it. But yeah, I think we've got it down to where it is a vibe more than it is anything else. Right?
Yeah.
And this movie that we're going to talk about later is considered the very first psychological horror film by film critics.
I don't see how at all.
Yeah, there'll be. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a lot of again, it kind of for something that establishes the genre. You would think you'd come away from it with more definitive
tropes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll get into.
And
that.
you talk to those critics that dub this the first psychological horror.
That's David Skull. He's considered like the he's dead now, but you can go ahead and try to correct him. See what happens. But he's famous for being an expert on universal horror and in this period in Hollywood. Who coined the term?
Did you say skull like SKULL?
SKAL or SKALL, I think.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
remember which way he spells it. I've got a book
It sounded
by him.
cooler when you said skull.
Actually, it's not in this room, but we have a good book by him somewhere in this house if you're ever interested, Andy. But yeah, life. It took us a really long time to get started today. First, we had technical difficulties, and then we had elderly dog difficulties after that, which just means that somebody has to nanny our old dog out into the yard to go poopy and pee-pee.
Yep.
So,
I literally watch her pee to see what color it is.
yeah, make sure it's healthy.
I watch her poop to see if it's solid because she's as old as the hills, and I worry.
And then it's over a foot of snow, and now
she can barely
sleet.
walk to begin with.
It's tough.
So
Life is hard.
life is hard.
And Andy's been child rearing because of the weather.
Child rearing.
Just the way that it sounds, it just sounds weird.
Yeah, it does. Like, what do you want with the rear of this child? Yeah. So life
Life is hard. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I'm going to get with it. I'm going to get my energy levels up. It's going to be great. But I'm being sapped.
Did you do the cold water?
No, I should have.
Cold water in the face works every time.
Cold water to the nuts.
Right to the nuts.
That ought to work.
So.
Oh, did you see that that damn groundhog said that we're getting 6 more weeks of winter?
I believe it.
I believe it too. But we haven't seen temperatures over freezing in 2 weeks, and I'm starting to get depressed by it already. I'm already depressed. I have a base level of depression.
Yeah.
And not seeing temperatures over 32
Makes it worse.
Makes it worse.
Yeah.
Being so fucking cold.
Not a fan of the cold in the winter, but it's kept me indoors enough that I'm forced to do things like read. And
What you been reading?
I've been reading The Lord of the Rings again for the first time since I was a teenager. And boy,
Yeah.
there's a lot more going on there than I ever remembered. A lot of.
Is that why you're sending us so many Lord of the Rings memes and stuff?
I think just my algorithm knows. And then I'm the kind of person where if something makes me laugh, I try to send it along. You know,
How does it know you're reading that book?
because it knows everything, Andy. And it even knows everything.
Are you
about
reading on your phone?
I'm reading an
Okay.
ebook of it. Yeah.
But how do your social media apps know that you're reading an ebook in a different app? Ooh, it's so creepy that they're all talking to each other.
There's that. Yeah, I don't know.
You said Lord of the Rings out loud around your phone.
Yeah, there's that. It, they eavesdrop
searching
on the
things?
conversations. I do bring up. There's a website that I've become a fan of. That is just the map of Middle Earth, but it's like annotated. It's just called MiddleEarthMap.app. But you can go through that map, and it's a great companion for reading the book because there's all these icons on the map that match the different adventures and myths and histories. It's good stuff. If you're a fantasy, this is like not necessarily the very first type, fantasy novel like that, but I mean, you can go back a little further, but it's the first really big one, right? And I'm learning that, just how it influenced all these other things that aren't even necessarily fantasy literature. It's fun. It's fun to get re-educated in my middle age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's another one of the many books I've abandoned halfway through.
Yeah.
I got to where the hobbits went to Tom Bombadil's tree.
Yeah.
And I was like, peace. Deuces, I'm out.
Didn't care for Bombadil. So you didn't even make it to Rivendell, which is the best part.
No, not far. I was fine with Tom Bombadil for the first maybe 20 pages, but then just kept going on, and then he started singing.
Yeah. Well, the good news is if you can get through him singing, and then he's just kind of gone after that.
Okay.
Then it gets back to being more like the movies.
I mean,
that's what you're looking for.
Could I just skip the whole section and it wouldn't affect the story at all?
You could skip the section. It's really just about that part of the book is really just how Frodo manages to survive an encounter with an evil tree, right? If I remember right, that's the scene where he gets attacked by the evil tree. You know how they have those Ents or whatever they call them in Lord of the Rings? But this was a bad one, and Bombadil bailed him out. So you don't really even need it. That's why it was cut out of the movie. It wasn't, necessary.
Yeah. They
cut a lot of little things out. And that's why people were like, oh, they're finally going to have Bombadil in The Hobbit. And then everybody hated it, But that's what you do. You fuck it up to get it right.
I read these books back in college, I remember. And I was taking not a writing class, but a grammar class. Because I was an English major. And so I was taking this grammar class, and we were diagramming sentences. And you could pick anything you wanted to diagram. So I picked sentences from Lord of the Rings. They were difficult to diagram, if I remember correctly.
It's not the easiest book to read. It's The Hobbit is very easy to read. And then you get to Fellowship of the Ring, and all of a sudden you're getting it feels biblical, the amount of names involved and how every character is known by different names to people from different parts of the world. Yeah. That's confusing as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's of something.
Yeah. So you need that. You need stuff like that map app to help you keep it all straight.
Mm-hmm. And I don't need to know the family history of every character either.
Yeah.
Because they always talking about who everybody's related to.
Yeah.
The lineage.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But that's why people like it, because it's so fleshed out.
Yeah, it makes it feel like really real. It feels like in his mind that Middle Earth, in Tolkien's mind, must have really been a real place that he went to when he was writing. It does feel that fleshed out. Especially all the little bits. I know you don't like the long bits of song lyrics that are in there. And there are times when I'm like, this is way too much. But then sometimes it really works too, where it's really beautiful. Good poetry.
I used to watch a lot of Cliff Notes versions of the Lord of the Rings stuff on YouTube. And even though I haven't read the stuff, I know the lore pretty well.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
I'm a lazy nerd.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's one of those things that it was what came out in the 50s, and it's a little dated in its style, obviously. Even then it might have been, I don't know. But I think it's fine to come at it as a fan from just the movies or the graphic novels or however you got to it. It's kind of an awesome thing. It's just like Dungeons and Dragons. Baldur's Gate is different in Baldur's Gate 3 than I remember it being in other times I've played around with Baldur's Gate, but it doesn't mean I don't like it, you know?
You know?
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
It's like the world building is bigger than the actual source material.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars.
Yes. That is very true.
And what Harry Potter's trying to be.
It's trying.
If they can ever distance themselves
fully from
from
that woman.
All the problems they're having with that. Yeah.
That evil woman. How can somebody be so evil and not realize it?
Just feels like a contrarian type of thing to me.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about it, but I know enough that I was like, oh, God.
She's distasteful.
Things don't have to be this difficult. You know what I mean? People make things harder for themselves. And by that, I mean her doubling down. I'm like, you could just making it harder for yourself. Chevy Chase did that.
But her house has black mold in it, so that makes me feel a little better.
Oh, is that true?
Oh, good. I hope it's difficult to get rid of.
There was like a video interview with her like last year or something, and the way she decorated her walls, it looks like there's black mold crawling up her walls. and then people just ran with that theory because she's such a disgusting woman, and they say like it's the manifestation of her insides coming out to her house.
Damn.
Yep.
Cold-blooded. So
she sucks. Fuck Ice. What else?
Zoned Out's out. We just did a new episode, came out Friday night, and it was all about one of the darkest episodes of the Twilight Zone, where Long Distance Call, where little Billy Mooney, his dead grandma, tries to convince him to kill himself over and over again.
Jesus.
So if you like that sort of thing, and you're like, that came out in 1961? Holy shit. Maybe check it out. The episode or the podcast or both.
That's dark.
Watch the episode and then come listen to the podcast.
Yeah. But I don't know if I can handle something like that. That seems in this darkness in the world. I'm trying to find light, cozy things.
What was Origins, Amy? You did Origins, didn't you?
On
Wednesday.
It was feedback.
Feedback. Was there any special thing that you remember from it? Or was it just your typical feedback episode?
Well, honey, you know that I listened to it.
Yeah.
I record an intro to the Origins episode, patreon.com/NOTLP, if you want to know what we're talking about.
That was Wednesday.
And then I forget all about it.
So that's forgivable. It's been almost a full week ago.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I'll be recording tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm about to get into, what the next theme from 2013 was.
We were talking about Ben Affleck being announced as Batman. This was 2013.
So it ties into Batman.
Yeah.
See?
Andy goes on a rant about Christopher Nolan and the dark, sad superhero movies. I remember that very clearly, Andy. You were so angry. Are you still pretty angry?
I mean, looking back on it, they're not as dark and dreary as the Zack Snyder universe. So maybe I feel differently about the Nolan movies now.
In comparison?
I thought the same thing,
Yeah.
Andy. Amy was talking about that, and I said I didn't like them when they came out really either, but I feel like now I might appreciate them more. We should do it, Andy, you and me. Let's get together and just binge the fuck out of them one day.
Have some donuts.
We can eat bad food. Andy doesn't sound happy about that. We have no video from Andy right now, so I can't tell.
Oh
what he's
no,
thinking.
I'm totally fine up for eating the bad food, but I don't know about revisiting the Nolan universe.
We can skip Batman Begins.
Yeah.
I think Bane's silly shit is maybe some of my favorite stuff out of those, and that.
No, I like that movie better than the first, like the Dark Knight Rises and that Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, I couldn't even really say.
Is it called The Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
Did I get that title wrong? Okay.
No, you got it right. I always associate that with the shooting, and I think that kind of hurt my. This is so fucking shallow, but I think the fact that it's associated with a tragedy hurt my enjoyment of the movie.
No, I don't think that's. I think that makes some sense.
Yeah, because I'm not saying like. It sounds like, why does this always happen to me?
Poor Freddy.
Right?
He can't enjoy things anymore.
Why can't I enjoy this movie? Because a bunch of people died in the theater. That's awful. It's so awful. I couldn't separate. I think I could now. I think I can just see it as a movie now, but instead it was like attached to the tragedy in my brain.
I get it.
I do that with a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Sometimes I fault them for when they came out.
Things they can't help.
Early 2000s, pretty rough.
Oh, you think we should move on now?
I think so.
Because before we move on, even though I said we should move on, rest in peace to what's who
O'Hara.
just died? Catherine O'Hara.
Rest in peace to whoever just died.
My favorite
You know who I met
actress.
though.
Solange Dijon.
Oh, Catherine O'Hara.
I just had a huge brain fart. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But yeah, it was just really sad because like she was still so young and it seemed very sudden.
It was.
Yeah, heartbreaking. Like I love her so good. I fell in love with her like 3 times in her over the course of her career. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's true of a lot of people, right? Beetlejuice. Well, SCTV as a kid, but Beetlejuice, and then all over again with Schitt's Creek later on.
Yeah.
It's just
It's a
so much
shame.
stuff. All the Christopher
she left
Guest
a-
stuff.
Yeah, she left an amazing legacy. But so
Yeah,
rest in peace.
so funny and beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andy. I appreciate you stopping to mention that. Very sweet. You ready to move on?
Yes.
Turn out lights, it's the main attraction.
There's a weird movie made for TV, horror movie with Catherine O'Hara in it, by the way. Just fun fact. I'll look it up later. Maybe we'll talk about it on the show sometime. Black Cat. The Black Cat. This was in Britain. They named it The House of Doom, and
That would have been better.
It is a better title, way better title, because in Britain, black cats are a sign of good luck and not bad, and it kind of went against the vibe of the movie.
Interesting.
They say it's suggested by the story. Yeah, I'm sorry, Andy, go ahead.
I mean, it might be a better title than The Black Cat, but even The House of Doom doesn't really apply to the movie either.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I guess when we get into the story, that'll be clear one way or the other for sure. I feel like it could definitely apply. So it's suggested by the story, The Black Cat by Edgar Allan Poe, and that means nothing. It has nothing to do with the source material they're quoting at all. It has a cat in it.
Suggested.
And
It was a hint.
Yeah, and it was a money decision because they were like, Edgar Allan Poe is name recognition. So it gave it a leg up. Even though this is a Universal movie and Universal Monsters is starting to crack along, right? It's 1934. This is the biggest hit Universal had in 34. Came out on May 7th, a Monday. I thought that was weird because movies do not come out on Mondays usually. Back then, the oldest generations were the Lost Generation and the Greatest Generation, right? And then the youngest generation were the Silent Generation. And that goes, yeah, that's a whole thing from, was it Gertrude Stein or whatever named it? And then marketing firms now lump everybody into generations and say that it predicts most things about you. But I thought that was kind of interesting. These are 3 generations. You just don't hear those names much anymore.
Well, because they're dead.
You used to hear the Greatest Generation a lot because of World War II and
Right.
what Tom Brokaw's book. I think it was Tom Brokaw who wrote all about that. And we were brought up to believe that they were all these perfect saintly heroes. The Gen Xers were brought up to believe that, and the Boomers. So this is the year of the Dust Bowl, the deaths of Bonnie and Clyde. The Night of Long Knives happened during this year, and Hitler was rising to power. This is like a very pivotal time in the world.
The movie's about a pivotal moment, like post-war,
post-World War One,
post-World War One's Europe, kind of the tragedy of it all.
Yeah, it ties into the
informs
story.
the movie. Yeah,
Without all that stuff, the movie doesn't happen at all.
exactly.
The story doesn't. Same year, the Hungarian physicist Leo, I never can pronounce his name right, but I think it's Szilard. He patented the chain reaction design for the atomic bomb too that year. And
Thanks, buddy.
And Adolf Hitler
I don't mean
declared
that.
himself Führer that year.
Well, fuck you.
Right? 2,500 fans witnessed Babe Ruth's final appearance at Yankee Stadium. And it was Gertrude Stein, who the disillusioned, aimless group of American expatriate artists and writers coming of age during World War I were the Lost Generation. So that would include the people who created this movie. if you were a Hemingway person, you know all that. It's kind of got a lot of those same dark tones to it. So yeah, that's the world we're in. This is the 5th of 48 feature films directed by Edgar G. Ulmer. 22 writing credits too. But he's from Austria-Hungary, where the story takes place in the movie. And he's best known for this movie and a movie called Detour, which I think was a film noir. He was blackballed in Hollywood because he could not keep his hands off of women, is my understanding, and that he liked to come on to people he shouldn't come on to.
Oh, that's a problem that they had back then. Certainly not nowadays or anything.
Classic.
Well, at least he got some repercussions for his bad behavior.
True.
I mean, most people in Hollywood get away with that stuff, so good for him for being blackballed.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, ultimately it was because of a personal slight that he stole the wife of somebody who was important to Carl Laemmle.
So that's the only reason why.
Yeah, he fucked over another powerful Hollywood guy.
Yeah, he groped the wrong lady or something.
Yep. And then he was doing indies from then on out. Like, he wasn't working for the studios after that happened. It happened when they were making this movie. The screenplay is by Ulmer and Peter Rurik. George Carroll Sims. This will be a little confusing. That's the real writer's name. He wrote, though, under several pseudonyms. He wrote a bunch of hard-boiled detective novels and pulp stuff. But he succumbed to alcoholism and destroyed his career. He died in 1966. And the music's all pre-existing crap from, not crap, but classical masterpieces.
Bunch of crap. Just a bunch of crap that has stood the test of time.
Yeah. So there's no composer. There's just a music whatever they call it. What do they call it? A music advisor or music supervisor. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah.
Anyways, who organized that and kind of set it, and it's important in history, film history too, that this is one of the first movies that had a film score throughout the whole thing and not just the beginning and end. So
it was a little too much music at times. I literally wrote down the music needs to calm down.
Yeah, they overdid it on the first time out.
Like, I know that maybe they're transitioning from the silent film era and they're putting everything they can in, but it was very distracting at times.
I agree with you, Andy. There were a few moments where I'm like, let it breathe. The movie's shot by the Bride of Frankenstein cinematographer, John J. Meskel, who did 97 movies. He's great. I mean,
Love him.
I could go on about he was involved with even some political behind the scenes stuff that's worth maybe looking into when they were making movies while the Nazis were coming up too. But I don't want to get into it because it's too involved. And the technical team, even though they're not credited, you don't see this, are all the same guys who worked on Dracula and the Invisible Man and Frankenstein, the Wolfman, including Jack Pierce, who famously did the Frankenstein makeup. The setting, we already said, it's 1934, post World War I, but we start off on the Orient Express in Hungary, because that's where American lovers go for their honeymoons.
It feels like they're on a honeymoon to visit war. Like, they're doing war tourism.
They're dark tourists.
Yeah.
He's a mystery writer.
Peter Allison.
Do you feel like maybe that's why? He's that guy who has to go see the dark shit to inform his writing.
And then, she's a woman, so she loves true crime.
Yep. True war.
True war crime.
So they're on the train in the beginning of this, and
they're nuzzling.
They're newlyweds, and he is clinging to her every surface through a lot of this movie. They're joined by a mysterious passenger who they don't have room for elsewhere on the train. And this is when they bring in Bela Lugosi. This
scene bothered me so much.
Yeah.
I would say yes because my anxiety would force me to let the stranger in to share my train car, but it just bothered me that they were put in that situation in the first place.
I agree. It was like in real life. Did you get a little anxious? Like you're like, this is their honeymoon.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
They were totally gonna finger bang, and now they can't.
They were insinuating they were about to get it on before the
There was so much nuzzling.
This is pre-code. Like you'll see two people in the same bed in this. Later in the film, you don't. And then after this came out, and eventually Hollywood's like, nope to that. Every set had twin beds. You're not allowed to be in the same bed. You're not allowed to finger blast on the Orient Express either. So,
It's a rule.
just quickly about the young couple on the train, our main characters, Peter Allison, that actor, David Manners, he was Jonathan Harker in Dracula.
He was very polite.
Yeah. David, good. His middle name's good. Actually,
It'd be funny if he was rude and it was an asshole.
it would be. You want to hear his real name? It's a mouthful. His real name was Ralph de Ruyther Dwan Alcom. Or Acklum. He's Canadian.
No wonder he changed it.
But he was Jonathan Harker in Dracula. So he's being you teamed up again with Bela Lugosi, although they're on the same side in this one, it seems. He was in The Mummy. He was Frank Wemple in The Mummy, if you're a Universal fan. He was always, they say he was often overshadowed by his leading ladies. They would pair him with these beautiful women. He kind of would disappear. But he did eventually become like a heartthrob and was seen with Hollywood's top actresses and retired from acting in 1953. But here's the truth, is that he was a gay man. And in 1948, he met the love of his life, and they lived together for 30 years until he passed away in 78.
Oh,
And that's sweet.
Oh, that's nice.
that is nice.
It's sad that they had to live in secret, and he had to put on all these,
well, but
put
at least
on
they
airs.
met each other.
but it is sweet.
I'm more surprised to find out that old Hollywood actors are straight than
You're not wrong.
Yeah. It was maybe one of the few industries that felt safe and welcoming for people in the era of 34. I can't imagine trying to live out in the open while the Nazis
Yeah.
are on the rise and everything else. Good Lord. Joan Allison, Peter's new bride, is Julie Bishop. She's from Colorado. She started in silent film as a child actress and then worked with Errol Flynn and Humphrey Bogart, but never really became a big star. And then we already mentioned Bela Lugosi, Count Dracula, who I thought I knew,
Yeah.
but I learned researching this movie I didn't know as much about him as I thought. He was born in Hungary. Again, legit claim to where the movie takes place and why he speaks the language in one moment in the movie too. He was a stage actor, and he was successful before movies. He played Count Dracula in 27 on Broadway, and then again in the movie. But he became a U.S. citizen and helped organize the Screen Actors Guild. So did Karloff, but Karloff never became a citizen. And he did run into problems with blacklisting later in his career, and why he ended up working with Ed Wood. And everybody who listens to this knows that story
Right.
because they've seen the movie. And then famously buried in his Dracula costume. What I didn't know is that like he kind of made up a lot of his backstory, and so did Boris Karloff. So who the real people were is still kind of a mystery of who they really were. They had all this mystique built around them. And
Interesting.
that's the thing. He was in the Austro-Hungarian army during World War I as an infantry captain, so he has some legit claim to the role here. He's playing a character who served in those kind of roles, and he was a hangman
Was he really?
in the military. Yeah,
Ooh.
isn't that fucked up?
Yeah.
In fact, he had to hide in a mass grave to avoid being killed during the war, which is something that his character
Trauma.
kind of talks about again. So yeah, pretty wild. He was wounded 3 times in combat and ultimately discharged because he had he had faked an injury that was causing insanity from a concussion to get out, I guess, after all this stuff. Who can blame him?
I feel like if you get injured 3 times, then you should be out. 3 strikes,
seems
you're
fair,
out.
right? Something else I just learned. I don't know, Andy, you may have known this. Did you know he was the model for Chernobog in Fantasia?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, all those movements. Now I want to watch it again. They say if you watch it, you can see those are like Bela Lugosi expressions and movements like from Dracula and everything. And he and Boris Karloff did not hate each other like you might be led to believe in Ed Wood. But I do like the playful way their relationship is portrayed in that movie. It'll always be the gold standard for me of the story, even if it's not true. Yeah.
We were lied to.
He just seemed like a playful guy. He would host parties and he would hire servants to deliberately, like caterers, I should say, not servants, to because the era, to like deliberately spill stuff or be clumsy and to cause scenes and conversation and comedy and to keep people entertained. I think that's kind of fun. Also, he said on an application to work for Cameo Pictures, his earliest childhood ambition on the questionnaire, he wrote Highway Bandit. And his present ambition, he wrote Dude Ranch. And he wrote that his favorite screenplay was Mickey Mouse. So I don't know. I feel like that gave me an insight into his personality as kind of a playful Joker. And that was refreshing to know.
He seems fun.
He did help fight Nazism too.
Good.
He was part of the Hungarian American Council for Democracy to battle Nazism. And then we've got the big boy, Boris Karloff.
Big boy.
The big boy.
Bela Lugosi is taller.
That's true. Jalmar, the engineer Polzig, is a
Pearlzig.
They is that how that's pronounced?
Is more of a pearl.
Like pearl. He's described as an old friend of Dr. Vitas Vertigast. That's Bela Lugosi. And he was.
We're just going to refer to them by their real names because I'm going to get confused.
That's what in my notes. That's why I just refer to them as Bela and Boris.
That works. He was also a traitor in the story, not Boris Karloff, but the character is a traitor of Austria-Hungary to Russia during the war. So that's kind of the backstory between these two characters, which as we get into the story after the train arrives in its destination and we introduce these other characters after the bus accident, etc. The backstory is that these two men know each other. They have this really dark past, Bela Lugosi.
From the war.
And that Bela Lugosi went to a prison camp for 15 years, while back home, the traitor, Boris Karloff, has not only taken over this nasty battlefield that was a grave and turned into an Art Deco mansion on the foundations of that. He's also taken Bela Lugosi's wife. And did she says she died of pneumonia.
Yeah.
We don't know, but she is preserved like Mr. Freeze style in the basement in a standing sarcophagus, glass sarcophagus thing. It's a weird image.
It is.
It's really cool, actually. And meanwhile, the daughter, to make it more confusing, who has the same name as the deceased wife, Karin's a douchebag. That Karin, the daughter, unbeknownst to Bela Lugosi, is still alive and now married to Boris Karloff and is hidden away in the mansion. So,
gross.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Here's the thing. This whole story was really confusing to me.
Yeah, it is a little confusing.
I don't need everything spoon-fed to me. I think I'm a decently intelligent person. I can figure things out. But they just throw you into the story, and it just rests on vibes as opposed to a well thought out screenplay or plot.
Well, there's a lot of things that I think muddy it. That the plot is, I think, super simple, but then they add things in like the whole cat thing. I don't think the cat thing needs to be in the movie at all.
No, it was like a throwaway.
It didn't serve a purpose at all. And you thought it was going to lead to something bigger, but basically he's just scared of cats, and that's it.
That's it. Now the reason I think
Bela Lugosi's character.
Bela Lugosi has a crippling fear of cats.
That's about it. That's the long and the short of the black cat.
Oh,
he sees a black cat.
Of that part of it.
He gets scared by it.
Yeah.
They're like, he's scared by that.
Yeah.
And that's it.
They never explain why, other than it just being a phobia he has.
Right.
And what's interesting is the cat serves 2 purposes, 3 really. I guess the third purpose is vibes. Black cats, bats, castles, it's all horror stuff. So that's there to make it horror, more horror. And also, I think it might be, they might have tried to reinforce the black cat thing, which what they reveal in the third act about Boris Karloff's character. And I'll get to that. But I want to say about Boris Karloff, also not really Boris Karloff, made up name. He's really William Henry Pratt. And he's famous for being Frankenstein's monster, obviously.
Where's he from?
He's originally from, I think, England, but he immigrated to Canada and worked in theater there before coming to the U.S. He was Christopher Lee's neighbor for many years, and they were good friends. His hobbies I thought were interesting. He liked growing roses,
Aww.
drinking tea, and playing cricket and watching rugby on TV.
Could you be more European, sir?
You should look up where he was born, Amy. I can't remember. I feel like it might have been somewhere really interesting, or it could have just been your standard UK place. I don't know. I know that the reason I'm confused about that is because he, again, like Bela Lugosi, he kind of created a legend about himself.
He's born in London.
London. So he I don't think that was like advertised that he was from London. I think he wanted to be more exotic than that.
Yeah. Well, with the name, for sure.
Right.
Faux show.
Also, he was, I don't know, I know his father was Indian, but I don't know if he was, part Indian or all Indian. I don't know, but Indian. And that affected his career in some ways because he was considered a darker skinned actor. Like, that's why you didn't see him in a lot of like leading romantic roles and stuff. That was actually a consideration then. People.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. He was so anonymous when Frankenstein came out that he wasn't even invited to premiere. He was just a guy in a costume, That's crazy to me.
That's nuts.
And this is the first of 8 movies he'll make with Bela Lugosi. He also did Gift of Gab, which I want to find because of the title. The Raven, The Invisible Ray, Son of Frankenstein, You'll Find Out, Black Friday, and The Body Snatcher. His last words were really interesting, too, to his wife, Evelyn Hope. He was dying of pneumonia. He said, Walter Pigeon.
Is that a person?
I have no idea what
Is it
Walter
like
Pigeon means.
When Walt Disney died and he said Kurt Russell?
I guess so. Everyone, I'm going to try to think of a name to say on my deathbed. That's just a dude.
Just a dude.
Harvey Wallbanger.
There you go.
Someone will just bring me a drink.
I'm going to say Tom Collins then.
Yep. In his obit, they featured a picture of Frankenstein, but it wasn't him. It was Glenn Strange.
Well, that's disrespectful.
Whoopsie daisy. They didn't have like the same fact checking and Google image search capabilities that we do now. So they went to the F's in the files and pulled out a first photo of Frankenstein they found. That was a lot of F sounds. So, yeah. Now, the Orient Express drops them off, this young couple, in this place, which I was a little confused about.
They're headed to Gumbosh.
Gumbosh, which is like a small town, right?
I don't know.
Is my understanding. There's all
It's
these
somewhere over there.
like little villages, right?
Yeah.
And it comes up. There was another movie we watched where the guy was the thief, a scandalous character, and they also went to like a mansion setting. It was from the same era. It's evading. I can't remember the name of it, but the local con artists, they were really into the local tourism. I think it took place in a small town in Italy or something. And there were people arguing over what were the best little towns. And then they had American tourists there as part of the story. So I feel like that itself might have been a trope after World War I. All the American tourists going to these places that soldiers had told them about and coming to them as if they were these haunted houses or something. So I find that kind of interesting. But they're on the train, the mystery writer and his wife, and they've met Bela Lugosi, and they get off the train and they're all headed the same direction to, how is it pronounced again, Amy?
Gumbosh?
Gumbosh. And they get on the little Gumbosh hotel. You know, you get a courtesy van at a hotel, and it's like a white van usually. It's very nondescript. And they help you put your
shuttle
suitcases
bus.
in. This is the 1934 Hungary, Austria version of that, where it's a weird little bus with they roll tarps over it to protect it from the elements because there's a severe rainstorm in this part of the film, which causes this accident while they're en route to Gumbosch. And actually had
the poor sweet driver dies, and he was just trying to give him a little history lesson to tell him about the area. He was being a great little tour guide.
He was.
And he's the only one that dies in the accident.
Although he tells them the scary bit about up ahead is the what do they call it? Like the greatest graveyard in the world, Fort Marmarush.
Which is what the house is built on.
Yeah. So I'm expecting, I had never seen this, but I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but none of us had seen this before watching it for the show.
Right.
I thought it was going to be like the Black Cat story. So I'm totally into it at this point. I really did enjoy this movie a lot. But like when they reveal that it's this Art Deco mansion and not a castle on the hill.
It disappointed me.
No, really? I love that.
No, I thought that the house took away from the spookiness.
Really?
Because it was too modern.
See, I love that the graveyard was still there, though. Like the super modern Art Deco mansion, and then at the foot of the hill that it's built on are all these crosses and this rickety old road. So it still looks like the path to Dracula's castle.
Yeah, I agree with Amy. Like, I think it's too modern to be creepy.
Yeah.
I feel like they just had a set already and said, let's just throw a movie in here.
Oh, really? I don't know. I love the look of it. I think it's pretty ambitious to break the mold.
No, I like the look, but to me, it doesn't serve the story.
Yeah. It's a weird story. It's kind of hard to know what, like, again, you're not getting what you think. You're not getting the Black Cat. You're getting this original work that's really about the war.
Yeah, because Dr. Bela Lugosi, he's on his way to Boris Karloff, and they happen to get in an accident nearby the house, which was very handy for them. So they just go to the house of Dr. Perlzig, who's Boris Karloff.
The couple's just swept up in fate.
Because she was injured, and so they have to carry her swooned body to the new house.
She spends most of the movie being picked up and carried around.
It's true. It really does happen.
Like she has a very weak constitution and guess she faints a lot. And she's a tiny little thing because they just pick her up and move her around like she's nothing.
Little Joan. Yeah.
Maybe the guys are just really strong. I don't know.
Maybe that's it.
Well, women don't have any agency in this movie.
It's true.
You have two major female characters, and they're both being controlled the entire time.
Yeah.
So Karloff is like Lugosi is there for revenge, right?
Yeah, he's there to kill him because he knows he betrayed the Hungarian Austrian nation to the Russians, and thousands of people died. That's why all those graves are there. He's actually, not only did he build his mansion on top of their graves, they're there partly because of him.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So Bela Lugosi has a good reason to kill him.
Yeah. But like it's not well defined of what he actually did. We just know he's out for revenge. Because Lugosi was put in prison for 15 years because of him.
That's part of it.
I guess.
Part of the betrayal to the Russians was that he was sent to a Serbian prison.
We don't know why or like how he was set up. We just know he's out for revenge. I just need some more things spelled out for me, I guess.
Well, I think if they made this movie now, it wouldn't be 1 hour and 5 minutes long. It would be a minimum 90, and some of that would be devoted to the backstory of the two men.
True.
Yeah, I need to know the backstory about the wife and the daughter too, because all we know is like Karloff, took his wife and child. And, like, did he had designs on her in the first place, and that's why he sent Lugosi to prison?
See, where you want that answer firmly told to you by the movie. I kind of appreciate that it's left to the imagination. I think part of it is just the Karloff's character has so much will, and he's so selfish that he totally gaslit her about Bela Lugosi just being dead. That's how he controls the daughter character. And you also got to think she was really young when her dad disappeared into this camp.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was grooming her this whole time too.
But I also need to know what Karloff's endgame was. What was he doing, and why is he so evil?
Well, that's where the third act part comes in, and I was hinting at earlier with why maybe the Black Cat's part of the movie. He's a fucking Satanist.
But what's he doing with his satanic powers?
They based him on Aleister Crowley, so I think the idea is that he's just trying to feed his own pleasures, like sex and whatever else it is.
Hedonism.
His hedonism, yeah. And clearly, whatever he's doing seems to be working for him. That he has achieved. He's at the top of the hill in a mansion, you know. So how long has he been ahead of a satanic cult? They don't say. But is it legit? Because there's, again, what makes
He's got followers and everything.
He's got followers, but nothing supernatural ever happens.
No, not at all.
I mean, those women in glass cages, that's kind of supernatural, but I don't know why or how they're there. Is he like a mad scientist or something?
No.
I think they're just taxidermied.
You think they're just put up in there somehow? Because their hair is floating.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's really eerie.
Yeah.
But they don't give you those answers. And you could be right, Andy. You never know. Like maybe there's some magic involved there. Like in that old silk hat they found. Old silk hat they found. Bomber jacket.
Anyway. What was I going to say?
And I need to know what Karloff wanted with Allison. Like, why did he want at the end when he's like putting her on the altar? Was he going to sacrifice her?
Yes,
or
yeah.
make her new wife or something?
No, he was going to sacrifice her. He actually says it in the scene between when he's reading the book in bed with young Karen. He's reading the Satanic Rites.
Yeah.
The large print edition. And
yeah. But it's like an old fashioned like script, like hand drawn, illuminated kind of book.
It was a cool prop.
Yeah.
But they made it nice and big so you could read it real easy.
Yeah.
But he is going to sacrifice her. And it's not that she's a virgin, right? Or is it? Was he about to take her virginity on the train? Had they not consummated their marriage yet, you think? And she was a virgin?
It's possible.
Well, again, you're raising questions that we have no answers to at all.
But I don't need the answer.
He's just like, he's just looking for a lady. He found a lady. He'll use the lady.
But finish your thought, Andy. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, it's just part of this movie. It was like I wrote down like a lot happened, but nothing happened at the same time.
Well, like you said, they wreck the bus. They end up going to the place. We didn't mention the Major Domo, which is something I only knew this because it's the name of a David Chang restaurant, and we watched Dinner Time Live. But it means like they're like the head butler or the manager of like a fancy estate.
This guy with the bad hair.
Yeah. The guy who
bangs.
answers the door, Agos Brecker. He was a stage actor, but just boy, oh boy, what a looker. And I thought
You're terrible.
I thought for sure he was going to be like an Igor type of character.
He kind of was, but he wasn't participating in any of the satanic shit.
Yeah, he just seemed like a butler.
He's literally just the butler.
Red herring maybe on the appearance. Like they kind of want you to think he's maybe
because he looks so greasy.
He just looks like he's up to no good.
Yeah.
I think the truth of it is
hair.
that he's put out that they've shown up in the middle of the night, and that's all it is. But I was putting on him all my Igor and evil, mad scientist assistant characters were all being impressed on this guy when he just wants to get sleep because he works for crazy Boris Karloff all day and night. But I wanted to mention that guy because I thought he was great. And also now I know what the David Chang restaurant name means.
What's his name?
Major Domo.
Major Domo.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's what I just described. The chief butler, head of household, and like fancy
I'm here.
households or
I'm
estates.
paying attention.
And there's two servants in this, and they're both kind of strange characters. Thamal is Vertigast's servant, who is the guy who arrives with him.
Lugosi's servant.
Bela Lugosi.
Who Freddy didn't see the whole time we're watching the movie the first time.
Yeah.
We're almost to the end, and he's like, wait,
That guy's still alive?
who's that guy?
I thought he died in the bus.
I'm like, that's the fucking manservant who's been here the whole time.
I blended together Thamal, the first time I watched it, Thamal and the Major Domo into one guy. And as a second viewing, it's very clear to me they're not the same character, and the story makes a lot more sense the second time through too.
Good.
See, if a movie takes 2 watchings, especially an hour movie,
Yeah.
I feel that's a problem for the movie.
I would say a 3-hour
That's a
movie
you
might
problem
be.
movie.
As long as it only takes an hour to watch, I'm willing to watch it twice.
True, I guess it's not the world's biggest deal, but it was a little confusing. The atmosphere was on point,
Yeah.
but the story was a little confusing.
Want to mention Karen. Karen is 2 characters played by the same actress, Lucille Lund, who won a beauty contest. That's how she ended up in this movie, held by Universal. But they put this girl through the ringer to make this movie. Apparently, the director was a real sadist, and I don't know the truth of this, but she said that she was left not only on the slab that she's on in the one scene, but she was left like suspended by wires in that case when everybody went to lunch and left her there.
They left her there?
Yeah, everybody, I was reading about this, and the people were like, what do the other people do? There's a bunch of people working on the movie. Everyone left her there? And then in another scene, like one of the actors, Harry Courting, found her on the table, and I guess she had passed out. There's like a metal pipe around her neck, and it cut her, and she was bleeding.
Jesus.
Yeah. So she gave a lot to this movie.
Thanks, Lucille.
Lucille.
I wish that her efforts resulted in a better movie. she suffered for nothing.
Oh, I'm totally on the opposite side, Andy. I love this movie. Especially the second time I watched it, I found even more things I liked about it.
I liked it, didn't love it, didn't hate it.
Yeah. I think it scratched all my Universal monster wants, even though there was no real monster
It
in it.
scratched your wants.
Wants.
It's because it had people that are associated with Universal monsters, and that's it. You're basing it on what it made you feel as opposed to the movie.
Well, the only thing that matters about movies is what they make us feel, right? I mean,
no, because
it could make you think.
It's like, oh, I like this movie because so-and-so's in it. It doesn't make the movie good.
Well, it does to me. To me, this is a Universal horror picture through and through. I put it up there with Dracula and Frankenstein.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's that good. Artistically, it's that good.
Really?
Yeah. Underrated.
Disagree with
underrated.
you.
I know you do. I know
Agree to disagree.
I'm not in the majority with this. I think a lot of people feel the way that both of you feel, but to me, it's as much a part of that tradition as any of the other movies.
It's for sure part of the tradition. I just don't think it's as good as
It's pretty
the
darn
other
good.
movies.
If you ever go back and revisit Dracula and Frankenstein, and
I think your opinion is wrong.
and look at the pacing of this movie, you might find that this movie actually, compared to those two, might even be a faster paced movie. But I don't know.
It's an hour and 5
I'm just a
minutes
guy
long.
that loves Universal. I'm a fanboy.
It's not about the pacing. It's about the story itself.
Yeah.
It's so muddled and so ill-defined that it didn't keep my attention.
Yeah.
In spite of like the craft behind it and the people behind it.
It's hard to know who the main character is. Right?
Like I need to know like motivations
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I mean, that was pretty clear to me that the motivations were pretty clear. But then again, it was enough for me to know he's a Satanist. At the end, I'm like, oh, that's why it all happened. That's why he has black cats. And that was, for me, you're a little more demanding of, you want more than that out of it.
Freddy's a simple boy.
I like a simple story sometimes. And again, it confused
We
you,
are
though.
more complex beings, you and I, Andy.
I think you were looking for complexity that wasn't even there.
Yeah, maybe.
And that you need
My
more.
bad.
Maybe you guys just need more complexity.
Yeah.
I get it's muddy. A muddied story and a complex story, I think, are two different things. Like complex stories still make sense. A muddy story is bad writing. But to me, this isn't that muddy. The black cat part needs to go.
Yeah. They need to rename it.
Yeah. Rename it, eliminate the black cat. Of course, that's going to cut out some runtime and you've got an even shorter movie. But the whole black cat thing should have been cut out. It gives the only reason the black cat comes back in the second act is to prevent Bela Lugosi from killing Boris Karloff's character with the gun. That's the only reason. That's the only reason he has to be afraid of cats is so that can happen later, and it compresses or expands the. Whoops! I'm swinging my arms. It expands the story out to where it's filler, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's only because they wanted to use the suggested by.
Yeah.
And if you imagine it without those scenes, it's a better movie. If you're looking for tighter stories, yeah.
But it's one of many setups that didn't have any payoffs for me.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's it. Like
He's just saying that's
like
one.
I said,
I
like
gotcha.
nothing. Yeah, nothing was really resolved or just, even set up to have resolution.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I was confused about, and I cleared this up when I was watching it today, was it was awful convenient that they happened to break down so close to Karloff's mansion.
Well, but it's where
they
Bela
were going.
Lugosi was going.
Right.
I mean, he was
before
headed
the
that way anyway.
Right. So that part made like the loose ends that bothered me the first time. I was able to kind of reckon with all of those, and I enjoyed the movie more the second viewing, except for the cat. I want the cat bit out of it entirely. I think it hurts the movie, but
Cut it out.
But otherwise, man, this is a great flick. I think I'm real curious to see what the listeners think about it. People who don't maybe like Universal movies or
aren't
whatever.
as big into them
Aren't
as
as
you
into
are.
them. Yeah. Because I feel like you guys are really in line with like what the critics said when it came out. Because they had a lot of the same complaints you guys have. One person said it was too dreary to be entertaining.
I mean, the war stuff is heavy,
Yeah.
so I get that.
But
it was the time.
yeah, I liked the hell out of it. I'd hang out with it all weekend.
You'd watch it for a third time.
I don't know about that. But it had moments in it that I'll never forget, which is saying something after all of these horror movies we've watched. Like the basement with the fucking glass sarcophagus and the reveal of the mansion on the hill took me off guard completely. I was expecting a castle. And this little things that subverted my expectations I really liked. It felt newer than it really was, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. What about you, Andy? Anything else?
I mean, I can't refute your opinion, but I'm glad you liked it.
But you can disagree heartily.
He's happy for you.
I get it, Andy. You're not going to like anything.
Anything.
You're going to like a very select amount of things.
And he likes what he likes.
And he'll have a book one day and it'll be the best of the best movies.
And he'll be right.
And who will be
You're just a
absolutely
movie
right.
slut. We've
I'm a
talked
slut.
about it.
Yeah.
You just like.
I'm more of a Leonard Maltin and Andy's more of a, not Ebert, Siskel, Gene Siskel. Or no.
I'm always saying that about Andy.
Is Gene Siskel the harsher of the critics?
I don't know.
Andy, do you
He was
identify with any critic?
I identify with my own opinions. Does that count?
No professional critic is like your spirit animal.
No, I don't base my opinions on anything but my own opinion.
What I mean is, do you relate to any certain critics? I'm not saying do you just copy their opinions.
No, like that. I don't. There's not like anybody that I respect their opinion, but don't relate to anybody really.
I started relating to Leonard Maltin when I found out he liked Jason Takes Manhattan, which is a movie I always thought was really bad for the most of my life.
It's fun.
And he made me lighten up on it. And then I was like, I think I'm a Leonard Maltin guy. So when I want to look at a movie critic to tell me, something, I think I'll actually like it and that they're not just blowing smoke. Like the New York Times movie critics, they throw so much stuff at me that's just art film. And it seemed like for the longest time, I couldn't just go to them for a recommendation and know that I was going to like it, even if they gave it like 5 stars out of 5 stars, you know?
Right.
But Leonard Maltin never let me down.
You're a Maltiniac.
I'm a Maltinese.
Maltinist. Maltinista.
Yeah. Anyways, the place was built on an existing fort, and they stored a bunch of explosives in the basement, and that was their first mistake. Because what's going to happen when you're sitting on a bunch of dynamite in a movie? It's going to get blown up. And thankfully it's there because Bela Lugosi, who is our hero, even though we watched him kill a cat early in the movie.
He didn't actually kill the cat because you see
it turns
again.
up later. Yeah, but he thinks he did. And it's this whole time he has only been trying to keep the young couple safe because I guess they've endeared themselves to him on the train. And now he's just trying to protect them, which is kind of noble, but he also seems nuts and maybe dangerous.
Yeah.
So they don't trust him either because he's clearly got secrets he's keeping from everybody.
So then the dynamite blows up.
Because they're about to get out of there. Bela Lugosi is about to go down after his scheme to get his revenge on Boris Karloff. It's not necessarily working out so great. And he's just trying to help Joan be saved from the Satanists. And in the confusion, her husband shoots Bela Lugosi, even though he's trying to help. So now he's wounded and he can't flee. But he's like, is this such a modern, like Michael Bay ending? Where he's like, they have to get out before the place blows up. That's another thing that made it feel really kind of modern too. It's kind of a trashy action movie kind of ending, which I appreciate.
I agree.
But yeah, so we're split. We have 2 thumbs down and 1 thumbs up.
That's not a split. That's a majority.
Yeah, we win.
We're split into a majority and a minority who is correct about a movie. And 2 people who are just dummies.
It's called the tyranny of the majority, Freddy, and therefore
Yeah, that's true.
we win.
So if we had to distill it into a recommend, not recommend, we'd have to say not recommend based on you guys.
I would recommend it
I mean, I would say.
for people who are
Is it-
completists.
Are you saying that because Freddy's your husband and you don't want to come down
I'm
on
gaslighting
him too
her.
hard?
I don't want him to yell at me later.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I think if you're a film watcher, if you like film and you're completist for certain genres, if you were like, then I would recommend that you watch this movie. If you're like, I'm a historian of film, you've got to watch this.
But to be entertained and enjoying a movie.
It wasn't my favorite. I
There you
wouldn't
go.
recommend
That's all we're at.
Yeah.
There we go. Do you guys want to move on to the next segment? I don't know if there's anything else really to say about the Black Cat. I think we got pretty up in its guts.
I mean, like Amy said, like if you're a completionist and it's only an hour and 5 minutes, it's not like a big investment of your time.
Right.
So, I mean, like I've seen worse, but it's still not a recommend for me.
And I would put it in the classic tier, which is so opposite of. We're all over the map.
crazy.
We're all over the map. These are always the most interesting movies, though, when we're all slightly different.
True. I agree. It's fun when we're not all on the same page with a
Yeah.
movie. Got different POVs.
Get more out of it that way.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to move us on because I can and I will. We are now going to talk about the other things we've been watching lately. And as per usual, I shall start with Freddie Morris.
Oh,
Sir, what have you been watching?
I've been trying to fight the blues of the winter, the horrible winter weather, and biopics kind of help a little bit with that. So I've watched 2 this week. I watched Ozzy Osbourne's No Escape From Now and I'm Chevy Chase and You Are Not. And I recommend both of them highly to you, whether you're fans of those people or not. They're both really honest portrayals and profiles of those people who are culturally, I think, pretty big deals. But the thing I watched for pleasure, that is something that I don't just straight up recommend, but, you know, I watched. I see I was unprepared to have this up. Is
Like we do this every time.
I know.
To be unprepared is just terrible.
Isn't it? It's just a mess.
It's disrespectful.
It was, okay, here it is. It's called, I wanted to get the title right because David Cummings, who runs the No Sleep podcast, is the producer of the show. I didn't want to get it wrong because Branan works on the No Sleep podcast, so I had to get it right.
He's our friend.
So I pulled it up, and it's called Tales from the Void. Have you guys familiar with this, Andy? Have you heard about this?
No.
It's an Amazon Prime series that David Cummings was producing based on No Sleep stories from the No Sleep subreddit. And I watched the first 3 episodes, and it's pretty good. There's one in particular called Fixed Frequency that's about some kids who are riding around their suburban neighborhood at night and hacking into baby monitors to scare new parents by playing pranks on them, like someone's in the house type stuff. And it's pretty good. The first episode's okay of the series, but that one was the one that really made me think, oh, I hope they do more of these because it was really well made. But I look forward to finishing it. You can see it on Prime. The episodes are short. They're like half hour, I believe. And it's real fun. I like to support things that David Cummings does too. So check it out.
Well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I appreciate your time. And also, as per usual, I shall go next. It was my birthday this weekend. Hold for applause. Thank you. And I was feeling melancholy about it. I don't know why. I just wasn't feeling so like bursting with excitement about being 46. So I was looking for some comfort television, and I decided to turn on the riff tracks of Birdemic. What a gem. What an absolute good time. Don't watch the movie Raw.
But you could.
I mean, you can.
Still pretty funny.
And it's still very funny. But the riff tracks really elevates it and really makes it a appointment television. And I highly recommend, if you have not done yourself the favor, watch the riff tracks of Birdemic. I watched it on Prime, I think.
You've seen it before, right, Andy?
Uh-oh.
Do we lose Andy?
I think we've lost Andy.
Yeah, I watched it with you guys.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Birdemic, yes. We've seen it several times now.
I've seen it several times. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if we watched it together or not.
But I needed something I had already seen before.
Yeah.
That's what my brain desired. Something that wasn't going to challenge me in any way. And in fact was going to bring me joy. And that was Birdemic.
You need to finish that other one that was really good with Cynthia Rothrock and Michelle Yeoh.
I should.
Movie was amazing.
It was like In the Line of Fire 2, Super
Sounds
Cops.
right. Something like that.
Something like that.
It has several titles. You ever seen that one, Andy? Yeah,
I think I saw it. I think it was on YouTube for free.
It's such a good movie. I mean, I like it even without the riff tracks. The fight scene at the end was unreal.
Have you seen the news about the new Kickstarter for riff tracks? They're going to do new MST3K episodes with Mike, Bill, and Kevin.
I saw it. I'm very excited.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Because I love those guys. They make my day.
Andy doesn't give a fuck.
Wait, what do you want me to say? It's like, yes, I love them too.
They are great.
He's like, fuck them. They can fuck themselves.
Fuck those guys. Anyway, highly recommend.
It's just weird not having video. I can't tell what Andy's doing right now.
I've also been watching a lot of High Potential, which I still think is a lot of fun, but it's a great little procedural that doesn't require much from you either.
I've enjoyed that too.
Yeah.
That's like part of my guitar practice time. Amy will turn on High Potential, and then before I know it, I'm like totally absorbed in it.
Yeah.
Like, how are they gonna? It reminds me of early Bones, when Bones was really good. Was Bones ever really good?
I don't know. We watched it. I don't know if it was really good.
We watched it. We seemed to enjoy it pretty well.
Kept our attention, I guess.
So did a lot of the country because it kept getting renewed.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Andy, what you been watching?
Well, I watched the new Park Chan-wook movie. If you are unfamiliar with him, he's the guy that did the famous Vengeance trilogy from Korea, and he has his first English language movie was Stoker with Nicole Kidman. So obviously, I'm gonna be a big fan of him.
Because you love Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, but like we did Lady Vengeance, and I think we might have done another one of his movies too.
Yeah.
But this is his newest one. It's called No Other Choice.
No,
I was just listening to
the
another
setup-
podcast talking about that today, and I had never heard of it before. It's so funny that you bring it up now.
Well, the premise is that the main guy, he got laid off from his job, and he's unemployed for a while, and he's applying for jobs, but nobody's hiring him. So his plan is to apply for this job that he really wants, but he needs to take out the people that are just as qualified as him. So he goes on. Well, he tries to go on a killing spree, but he's not very good at killing people. So it's like a dark comedy, and it's a commentary on capitalism and masculinity and stuff, and it's very Korean in that the sense that it has like absurd dark humor to it. Like if you've seen a lot of these like movies from like Bong Joon-ho and Park Chan-wook, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I really liked it, but it's clocking in at 2 hours and 20 minutes, which definitely didn't need to be for a movie like this.
Yeah.
long
But
comedies.
that's very but that is very Park Chan-wook of him to be indulgent, because he tends to like his movies are very twisty and like very script heavy.
You know what's funny, Andy?
So yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt you. I just wanted to say real quick. I pulled it up on IMDb because it sounds really good. And in the genre listings, one of them is psychological thriller.
No.
What
yeah,
is
I can
everything
see
a
that,
psychological thriller?
Yeah.
If it doesn't have a ghost
It's such
in
a
it.
broad. I mean, it's such a broad term that it could plug it into any movie can be plugged into that.
It feels like it.
Yeah, but I liked it a lot, but it's definitely not one of his best works in my opinion, because he's at that point where he's very respected, and guess he does know there's nobody to tell him no, I guess.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like he needs an editor sometimes, and this movie definitely I felt needed an editor. It could be some cut some storylines that didn't necessarily pay off or go anywhere. Maybe cut off half hour, 20 minutes, and it'd be like a much better movie in my opinion.
Get rid of the cat scenes.
Get rid of the black cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we'll refer to this concept as from now on.
Yeah.
To get rid of the black cat.
Get rid of the black cat.
You got to get rid of the black cat.
But he's aside from he's such a stylish director. Like there's so many like camera tricks he does and camera angles that it keeps you engaged in spite of things that go on a little too long.
I get it.
So I definitely recommend it, but maybe not necessarily no, I do recommend seeing it in the theater, because he does all these things with sound that really are effective. Like you really need a really great sound system to really get the full effect that what he's trying to do with the sound design.
It's pretty violent, I take it.
It's not as violent as you think, considering the plot, and it's he's known for like super violence.
Right. Yeah, that's what I associate him with.
Yeah, but since the guy that's doing these crimes is like a regular dude, he's not very adept at carrying, murdering people. So a lot of it is like comedy of errors.
I love it. I'm into that.
Yeah,
Like a Coen Brothers kind of thing.
yeah. So yeah, I recommend it. but there are definitely better movies in his filmography.
He makes a lot of movies. I feel like he had a really long filmography.
Well,
Yeah.
good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like he's good at it. So he's doing the right job.
He's doing the right job.
Yeah.
Whoa, my God,
Well, thank you,
made
Andy.
a lot of stuff.
Next week, we're going to be watching a movie Andy brought to us called Possession from the 80s.
Yeah.
You've seen
I'm
it before.
interested
Do you
to see.
remember? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Andy.
Oh, you said Amy's seen it before?
I don't remember this at
they,
all.
They did it on, I don't know if it was on Shudder, and I can't remember if it was part of the Last Drive-In or not, but I'm real curious to see if you remember it. It's one of
I'm curious to see.
It's something we watched late at night one night, and
I
chances are
probably
you
fell
fell asleep. But
Yeah.
it's a wild movie.
It's not a movie you need to like. It's a movie you need to kind of pay attention to. So like a late night viewing when you're tired is not really the best way to watch it.
Right.
Yeah, because you
Watch it with
you
a
got to
cup of coffee
get
in
in
my
their
hand.
heads a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm just curious about Amy's reaction to it because it's European art house.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate you.
And it's early. It's not. It's like 80s European art house.
You said Sam Neill's in it?
Yeah, he's the star.
I love him.
Yeah, he's really good in it too. I can't remember if did he do a nude scene in this movie, Andy? Do you remember?
Is he
I
naked?
can't remember. I feel like he did, but I might be imagining.
Are we going to see some booty?
But yeah, Possession's a weird one. I'm glad you picked it.
Going to see Sam Neill's Woody?
I never would have thought of it.
All right, so that's next week. Excitement. At the end of every show, we always say hi to our Beelzebubs. Patreon.com/NOTLP, where you go to give us your money. That's where all of our extra content is housed. You can get merch and shit, and all that
New
fun
T-shirts,
fucking shit.
merch. Yeah. Thank you, Scarecrow Oven. Beautiful design.
Yep. Beelzebubs are Matt, Branan, and Emily, Dr. Brian, Old Dirty Bill Sturd, Bill Fahrner, Blayne Yogurt, Short Ass Jeans, Monica, Ernest, Dave, and Shayna Babena.
And you mentioned Emily. She just had a birthday.
That's
recently, so
right.
happy
She's
birthday.
my almost birthday twin. Her birthday's the day after mine.
And her husband's birthday is in 2 days. So happy
Son of
birthday
a
to Branan,
bitch.
too. Same like us.
Yeah, they're
Real
a few days
close.
apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Branan and Emily sat in a tray.
So happy future birthday to Branan.
Yeah.
We'll also wish you a happy birthday next week too.
Yes. Birthdays all around. I love my aquarii.
Hell yeah.
That's how you refer to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all we got.
All right. Thanks everybody.
Thanks,
Bye.
Andy.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Andy.
Amy.
Bye.
Frankenstein was wondering if he should go to bed when his old buddy Leatherface put on Dawn of the Dead. And Igor made the nachos in a severed human head, and they enjoy the movie with their friends. David Kessler walks the streets of London on four legs, while high above him Ellen Ripley finds some funny eggs. And Freddy laughs at Nancy in her nightmares as she begs to have